in their lives and in their businesses today, if you had the same kind of opportunities, the same kind of access that they had, the same quality of relationships, access to the same resources, access to the same ideas, the chances are very, very likely that you can do whatever any other person has been able to do. Okay? And so it's very, very important. Keep that at the back of your mind, that nobody's better than you and nobody's smarter than you. Okay? Most of what we're going to be talking about today is from something I refer to as the community mastery method. The community mastery method is a framework that I developed that basically helps you build movements, basically helps you create influence on a massive scale. But before we get into all of that, a quick story. Who am I and why should you believe the word that I say? How many of us here already know me? The rest of you, please leave. This is not good for my self-esteem. Alright, so my name is Victor Ekpo Bassey, and for all intents and purposes, I'm a performance consultant. Most people today know me for something called the Highly Paid Experts Network. It's a community on Facebook, so you're welcome to join us if you will. Over the past, sorry?
Why are you looking like me?
We're going to have a discussion with my representative. Nah. Okay, so I'm a performance consultant, like I said. I graduated from the University of Calabar in 1999 with a third class degree, and as of that particular point in time, I actually felt that my life was over. So I did what any other smart human being would do in that kind of situation. I ran. I went for NYSC, came back, and over a series of events, a number of things turned around. Today, I have the privilege of being the strategic advisor to 3 African presidents. I have the opportunity to mentor most of the... Okay, I'm not going to brag about it. Can I brag?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, when you're talking about the people in the industrial fields, especially marble producing, the top 3%, I basically advise every single one of them as far as Africa is concerned. But my passion has always been that of connecting with people and helping people connect with other people as well. There are 2 things that I've done in my life that have given me a lot of fame. One is something called Power Ideas. Power Ideas is a monthly audio subscription series. When I started it back in Calabar, people said that kind of thing was impossible. Today we have 4,000 subscribers. Basically that means that every single month, 4,000 CDs, not MP3s, 4,000 CDs go out to subscribers. When I started work in Calabar, the very first business that I created for myself was that of selling meat. I used to be a butcher. I sold meat on a subscription basis in Calabar here in Nigeria, meaning that people would book in advance and pay on a monthly basis in advance for their meat. So I had people in different categories. Those who were paying 2,000 naira a month for meat, those who were paying 10,000, 20,000, 80,000 naira a month for meat. 2015, I started the Highly Paid Experts Network, created the training programs that sit at the back of the Highly Paid Experts Network. Currently, we have about 3 functional tiers. There's a platinum group where people pay upwards of 1.8 million per year. Some people there have been with me 4 years. There's the Diamond Mastermind that is at 12 million, and then of course there's the Titanium Mastermind that is at 25 million. Now, all these amounts of money that I'm calling, I don't look like it, right? Yeah, I know. It's very annoying. All right. But the point that I'm trying to make with all of this is that what I'm about to share today gives you the ability to build communities that you can monetize. It gives you the opportunity to build communities that you can monetize, communities that you can leverage for literally anything. Most of the access that I have today, I have it not because I'm super talented, I have it not because I know every single thing. It's serious, because when you see this picture now, you'll be wondering, did he not pose? Guy, I can't hold this thing for a long time. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just acting like I'm busy right now.
That looks like a cool story.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. I mean, I actually have to be proactive about looking good on photos. I mean, me as photographers, that was all history. Anyway, so what I'm sharing today will give you the opportunity to build communities that you can monetize, communities that you can leverage for all kinds of opportunities. So this is the way I want this class to go. In order for us to get the most out of it, I'm going to give you a general overview of what the community mastery method is like and what it's about. And then after that, we'll just basically open up for questions. Now, if as I'm going, you have a question that you want to ask, simply raise up your hand, ask, and I'll address it there and then. I think it would be the best way for us to get some customized help to every single one of us as much as possible. And for those of us that want to join us much later, you can join us in the Facebook group, the Highly Paid Experts Network. Within there are ongoing trainings and stuff that goes on like that. Okay, so I think I sent the chicken home. Okay, so this is the community mastery method. It's basically a series of 5 decisions. It's basically a series of 5 decisions that you have to make. These 5 decisions, if you're running a service-based organization, would you help me open this, please? If you're running a service-based business, these 5 decisions are critical to your success. Yes? Thank you. Just a minute. Thank you. So these 5 decisions are critical to your success. Everybody repeat after me. Number 1, get good.
Get good.
Number 2, get known.
Get known.
Number 3, get paid.
Get paid.
Number 4, get growing.
Get
And then of course, get better. Those are just it. 5 key decisions that we all have to make. But there are nuances to these decisions. Alright, so community mastery is the art and science of creating, leveraging, and monetizing influence. Each and every single one of us has a particular level of influence already. Each and every single one of us has a particular level of influence already. Sorry. So, but how do you expand on that? How do you turn it into something that is productive for you, something that actually moves you in the direction that you want for yourself? Leverage, very, very, very important. Every single thing that you want in this life, literally, is in the hands of somebody else. Literally every single thing. People talk about open doors, but there are some doors that are open. But unless someone takes you by the hand and walks you through those doors, there's no way you're getting in. Alright? So, in the marketing world, my friend Russell says that you're just one funnel away from whatever it is that you want. I don't believe that. I think you're just one person away. Each and every single one of us right now, in whatever field that you are, there are people watching you who can be of immense benefit to you. The only reason they haven't approached you yet is because of the way you're communicating the value that you're bringing to the marketplace. It's because of the way they perceive you and whatever it is that you're offering. But the moment you have community around you, the moment you have that network of people who know you, like you, and trust you, a lot of that changes. Partnerships become very, 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 very easy. In fact, they come to you on a platter. Raising capital becomes very, 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 very easy. Okay, so very, very important. And then of course, monetizing it. It's one thing for you to be able to leverage that influence for all sorts of things, but to deliberately make money from the people who know you, like you, and trust you, it's a bit of an art. Okay, so hopefully we'll talk about that today. But specifically, I'm going to be focusing more on the get known part of this entire framework. So let's look at the first decision. Everybody read that. 1, 2, go.
Get so good you can't be ignored.
Don't you just love when a complete stranger tells you what to do? Once you go, one more time.
Get so good you can't be ignored.
No, just because I can. One more time.
Get so good you can't be ignored.
I just love this.
Anyway, so get so good that you can't be ignored. The whole essence of that is that you position yourself as an authority in your space. Now, what is an authority? An authority is someone that is able to influence or control decisions within a particular space. So in your niche, where you are a service professional, wherever it is that you are earning money from right now, can you confidently say that people look up to you in that particular field? Can you confidently tell yourself that, look, if I shift, people within this field would shift? It's very, very important. I believe that if you're in the service industry, whatever space it is that you are in, when it comes to your field, you should be able to talk about whatever it is that you're an expert in and that you claim to know. You should be able to talk about that thing 12 hours a day, 32 days straight, and not repeat yourself. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You should be able to talk about whatever it is that you claim to be able to do. You should be able to talk about it 12 hours a day and 32 days straight and not repeat yourself. Why? Because marketing today is primarily about leadership. Leadership is about communication, but not just any kind of communication. It's about educating and empowering people to do, to make decisions. And you can't do that if you don't have it. Is it me or am I farting a lot? The mics downstairs. All right, I get it. All right, so you can't be generous online with content if you don't have depth. How many of us have ever struggled with that question online? What do I share and what do I keep for sale? The challenge is depth. And depth is a very, 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 very simple thing for you to create. The challenge with acquiring depth is that more often than not, we do not take the time to document what we know. So when it comes to documenting what you know, philosophy. In your field, what's your recommended way for how people should think about your field? I don't care if it's law, if it's interior design, if you're in medicine, network marketing, I really don't care. But you have an ideology, you have a way of looking at things. Share that. What's your framework for producing results? You could have two interior design experts, all right? No two interior design experts would do things exactly the same way. Why haven't you documented your way of doing things and given that thing a name? And then build a brand around that. Questions. What are the critical questions that people should be asking, that potential clients should be asking about experts in your field? What are those questions that they should be asking? Have you taken time out to document what those questions are? And are you asking those questions? Are you teaching your marketplace to ask those questions? I used to be in the pensions field. And it was interesting because at a particular point in time, we started running documentaries about the top things that you should look out for a pension fund administrator, from a pension fund administrator. And every single thing that we told people to look out for were advantages that we had. You can do pretty much the same thing in your individual businesses. What makes you stand out? And showcase that by teaching your marketplace how to ask questions about that. All right, stories. Every single day you're having experiences, things are happening in your field. Are you documenting those stories so that you can share them? One of the most valuable things that I learned how to do was at the end of my day, every single day, at the end of my day, what I generally do is I get out my journal and I ask myself a few questions. Number one, what worked today? What worked? What did not work? What did I learn from those things that did not work? And based on that, what will I do tomorrow to make tomorrow better than today as a result of the experience that I've gotten from my wisdom today? If you do that every single day, what generally happens is that you start to collapse time. Have you found yourself in that situation where you keep doing the same thing, you keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over again? It's because you're not taking time out to learn from the current mistakes so that you don't make them again. And so you're just going through the motions. All of these things, there are quite a number of them, but we don't have the time to go through all of them, but there are quite a lot of things that when you bring them together, they give you the opportunity to build depth and ability to communicate in your field. All right, so very, very important. Oh my God, where did I put the pointer? Where's my pointer? Sorry. There we go. All right, number two, decision number two, quickly.
Get known by the right people.
Nah, everybody wants to go.
Get known by the right people at the right time for the right reasons.
I didn't write that. Somebody else wrote it. It's supposed to be get known by the right people at the right time for the right reasons. So everybody say that.
Get known by the right people at the right time for the right reasons.
Yeah, those slides are beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so here in social media today, we are crazy about followers. All right? There's this mad dash craze to get like more and more and more followers. And I can understand it because position-wise, there are there are opportunities that will not come to you. Who here is in the fashion industry? Fashion. Okay, if you have anybody who's in the fashion industry, there are opportunities that will not come to you in Nigeria if you don't have 10,000 followers. It's sad. But the people who organize those functions, they will not give you a slot if you don't have 10,000 and above. So I can understand the mad dash and craze for followers. All right? But here's the thing. There's magic that happens when you are relevant to the right person for the right reasons and at the right time. It gives you the opportunity. We've got lots of these, right? Because I'm going to pretend I'm the only one using this. Oh, why would I do that? I think I've got a slide here that will work on that. All right, so you guys see that, right? When you have the right kinds of people who know you at the right time, at the right time for the right reason, what generally happens is this whole thing about know, like, trust. We've been talking about it for a very, very long time. People talk about this over and over and over again. You've got to get people to know, like, and trust you. But what happens when people know, like, and trust you? You have the ability to charge the right price. I am of the opinion that whatever it is that you're charging right now for your services, you are grossly underpriced. But you can't command whatever price you want if you're not relevant to the right people. In this same Lagos, there are people who, if they spend 2,500 naira on a bag, the world has ended. In this same Lagos, there are people who will drop 2.5 million and will not even think anything happened. Okay, so when it comes to price, the market is very, very elastic. It's a question of you having access to the right people at the right time. But the question is, how exactly do you do that? You don't do that by randomly chasing people all over social media. You do that first and foremost by being clear on who this right person is. And you build every single thing about you based on that. If you check my social media profiles, the first thing, hopefully, that comes across to you is that I'm not flashy. It's the very, very first thing that I hope comes across to you. I'm not flashy, I'm not loud, I'm pretty low-key, and I'm generally a bit of a maniac. Those are the things that will come across to you. That doesn't come through. Get out. All right. So, but that is very, very deliberate because the people that I want to attract do not want people who are extra loud. They don't want to know about my cars, they don't want to know about my buildings, they don't want to know about any of the places that I go to. They just want to know that I am competent enough to do whatever it is that I say I'm going to do, and I have the character to follow through. And so every single thing I do on social media is designed to make sure that if for any reason I come across that particular kind of person, there is no barrier between them and me as far as trust is concerned. And I think for each and every single one of us here, it's an opportunity for us to start making that shift. If you want to build a large audience, you can do that on $30 a month. That's 10,000 naira per month. Post very, very specific posts that are relevant to that particular market, and you'll attract specific types of people. But as far as your business is concerned, be very, 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 very clear about who these people are, what's important to them, what are their values, what are their beliefs. What they need to see in order for them to trust you. Okay, so very, very important. So the first decision was what? What was the first decision? Everybody, one more time. Number two.
Get known by the right people at the right time.
Say it louder.
Get known by the right people at the right time for the right reasons.
I'm usually not this bossy. It's just that it's once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't get the mic now. So, all right. Number three. Get paid what you're worth
For being yourself.
One more time.
Get paid what you're worth for being yourself.
Say that loud enough for you to hear it yourself. Once
Get paid what you are worth for being yourself.
Yeah. A friend of mine once said that if you want to make a lot of money, what you need to do is study marketing. But if you want to make a fortune, know yourself. If you want to make a lot of money, study marketing. If you want to make a fortune, know yourself. Know yourself. Unfortunately, I see a situation where too many people are trying to copy what every other person around in your space is doing because you think it's working. But you don't have any basis for doing that. You don't know which strategy the person is doing is working and you don't know which one is not. So fun story. I have this guy on social media who literally rips off every single copy that I put out. So this particular day, I put out this particular offer for a particular product, and the thing tanked. Not even my wife liked the post, and we still have beef till today. Seriously. But he didn't know that. So he copies the entire thing because he just assumes that every single thing that Victor Bassey does works. Yes, he just assumed. So he copied every single thing, and the only thing he did was change the names and all the other benefits, but he just basically ripped the copy. But it tanked, it didn't work. When it comes to our service space, for those of us who are in the service industries, there are 4 business models only. There are just 4 basic business models. And those business models are are based on the fact that there's some of us that work best with people. Okay? We're all about the relationships. Are we together? There's some of us that are all about the relationships. There are those of us that are all about the ideas. We prefer to work by ourselves and not have anybody disturb us. Yeah, there are people like that. There are those of us that want to conquer the world. And so we want to go as broad as possible. We want global relevance, the whole world, branches everywhere, global relevance, global domination. There are people like that, right? Do we have them here? Okay. You guys have mercy on me. And then, of course, there are those of us that really are private people. We don't want that many people. We like our privacy. And so there are those of us that prefer to go deep. We don't want to go broad. We just want to go deep. Now, these four are basic models for building your business. All right? I refer to these people who are relationship inclined and are broad in their perspective. I refer to them as celebrities. All right? These people are very, very inspirational. They tend to pull a lot of people to them. They tend to draw a lot of people to them very, 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 very quickly. They tend to be the loudest in your space. There are lawyers who are like this. There are interior designers that are like this. There are cake bakers that are like this. All right? And because they are the loudest, most people see them and think that's the way we should be. But nothing could be further from the truth. Because here you've got connectors. These are the people that if you're one of their clients and you leave, they take it personal. It's very, 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 very personal because they're all about the relationship. They're all about that. They're very, very hands-on. They do a lot of done-for-you work. These are the people that say, I will stand with you through thick and thin. I will be there. You can depend on me. You can trust me. Now, the kind of people that celebrities attract and the kinds of people that connectors attract, they're very different. Now, if you're marketing like a celebrity and you attract the kinds of clients that celebrities attract, but you're what? A connector. That's a formula for being miserable. We have creators. These people are all about pushing ideas very, very fast. Most of the time they're in the publishing field. These are the people that if you ask them questions, they ask you Google it. They'll tell you Google it. They really don't like people. Okay, and then of course you have madmen like me, the change makers.
Yeah,
I picked this name because I was in this category. For the change makers, our favorite question to every single thing is why? So this is the way everybody has been doing it. Why should it be that way? We walk into an organization and they've been doing accounting this particular way. We want to change it because we think there's a better, more effective, more efficient way of doing things. And because of that, we get into a lot of trouble. So these are the only four business models. These are the only four marketing perspectives. These are the only four categories that you will ever find people in. Now, most of us are a combination of two. One is dominant, one is supporting. But it's important for you to know. Because if the person that is your mentor is this, and you are a connector, if you don't know how to follow such a person, you're just basically going to put yourself in trouble. You find out that you struggle in the relationship. You find out that every single thing that the person tells you to do goes against every single thing that you are as a person. Now, I'm not saying you can't learn from every single person, but it's for you to be clear, first of all, this is who I am, and this is what I can learn from this particular person without necessarily changing the foundation of who I am. Are we together? Yes.
what if you feel like you touch more than two of those areas? Like, are you just like unfocused? Can you just not make up your mind? Or are you just really good at more than one thing?
There'll be dominant ones. All of us, we have traits of all of them. But there are two. There's one that is dominant. There's one that is, for lack of a better word, secondary dominant. Okay, so that's that. But we all have bits of this. But as you hear me speak right now, and as you're thinking about this, you know for a fact that there are certain things that you're more in alignment with than other things. It's for you to have the courage to follow through with that. When I started the Highly Paid Experts Network, I was told that if I didn't tweet, if I didn't blog, if I did not have a website, if I didn't have this, if I didn't have that, it wasn't going to be successful. For 18 months, the only place that I showed up in was the Facebook group. I didn't even show up on my profile. And we went from 10,000 naira to 28 million. I only did one thing, and that was the one thing that I knew I could do, and I could do well, and I focused there. We need to have more people who are courageous enough to follow the intuition that you have. There's something in your head, there's a driving force inside of you that if you trusted it, a lot would happen. But rather than listening to what's going on inside you, we're busy looking at what's going on outside, forgetting that Instagram is not real. Alright? So it's very, 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 very important. Charge what you are worth based on who you are. The very first time that I got my own service business up and running, one of the earliest advices that I got was to double my prices. Now, I had read all kinds of books where people talked about those same kinds of things. And I felt well, it works for them, obviously they're not Nigerians, but inside of Nigeria, you don't double prices anyhow. And that was what I thought. But the first time I tried it, it didn't